medical report card.
Yes.
Presenting that shit. As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners.
A fatal difference?
Her fucking stunned face.
Yeah. Yeah.
The toxic effects of Curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an opened wound. Though, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes. Like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Hell yeah! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Ah!
So that's it. You use that note to orchestrate this.
Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself. Honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games, your half-baked arguments are so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. See, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. What a bitch! Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No!
What is it? What just happened? It's the Englishwoman. She just smashed that bottle. And in the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from the broken bottle as possible, at once.
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it'll soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Ha 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 ha! How could you? You won't get away with this! You can thump the bench and shout as much as you'd like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not.
You...
And let us not forget, still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. What a fucking cunt. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. Of course, the only person that could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
No. You killed the victim that day, using Curare. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn a dead professor in his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime. This crime, if there's any others happening, good lord.
What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest, delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene.
Ryunosuke,
Yes?
we've come this far, but now you're the only one who could finish it.
What? What do you mean?
We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any other clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon.
Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head.
So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell.
What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Oh. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There is a clue. That color red right there. That bit of blood. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue.
Haha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe the smug smile of that Englishman's face with some evidence.
Alright, I can't wait! It's been niggling at me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... Right. Oh, I can't click that.
You had to actually press present.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go.
Take that! Take that! Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this!
Yes, what is it?
He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you?
Absolutely.
I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Objection! Wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory from that. A memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on, with a spattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph, and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah!
Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Jezrael Brett.
I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to.
Inspector, you mean...
Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
It what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like this guy a lot. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it. Now! Hell yeah!
Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir! Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak.
Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector. The blood man. Show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure.
No. I'm gonna take a look real quick, though. That's the same steak. No, it isn't.
No?
Look. You can tell. Slight detail you can notice. The meat, there's more meat in this picture right here.
Yeah.
Than there is of the steak right here.
Okay.
I know because I'm Texan and I eat a lot of fucking steak. Us Texans have a meat sense for this shit.
Meat vision, as it were.
Meat vision, yes, thank you. No, this is not the same plate, and this motherfucker is toying with me.
I mean, he did say he also took the sergeant's steak.
Yes. No. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no. That's impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. I was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. See, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ah. I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire.
I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget about it. Forget all about it when it's over.
I think that's number 4.
Huh. Sorry, this sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Plate of steak has been entered into the court record. Was the plate I saw Or I thought I saw just a figment of my imagination? This is it now. I've lost.
Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel.
Hmm?
Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what.
Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection?
That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue. I'm sure of it.
Alright.
Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. I'm Texas. We have a right to be that unhealthy. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied with that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found?
I think it's on the steak itself.
Okay.
If it's not, I've got 5 attempts.
Well, hang on. Are you able to, like, rotate the thing? Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, rotating doesn't help.
Yeah, no. Okay.
It's worth a shot, though.
That was worth a shot.
Huh?
Oh!
What in the world is this?
I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei area, I believe.
Okay, called it. It was not her steak. No. No, I don't mean what is it. I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait. Did you say it was a Hoei Koban?
And apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable.
This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban.
I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion and bullion. Or whatever the pipe, whatever.
Bullion. It's bullion and boulon.
Oh, boulon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see now.
Yeah. I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means...
Well, there's a clue.
Yeah.
I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. It's from the Hoei era, too. That would make it really quite valuable.
It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look.
What, are you thinking of eating it?
No. But the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat here underneath for a prize.
I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke.
Koban coin underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation.
Okay, so you have to actually press X.
Alright.
Got it!
Good gracious. That's...
Hey, Koban? What on earth?
A Hoei era one of that.
Yes, Brett. This is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? The goose just fucking honked.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Oh, fuck. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this has happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to the Great Britain right now.
He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency.
Yes, Counsel.
A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that works quite as well for you as it does for a zombie in this game.
No, but goddamn, I don't stop. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner?
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the steak is GreatRieck. GreatRieck.
Yes. Take that! Curio Collector.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, GreatRieck-san. As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
Lady, just you wait until you play Spirit of Justice. That's where the name puns get really unbearable. Ah, yes.
God, I cannot wait to play that.
The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency.
I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei Koban, my prized coin. Then this Hoei Koban. Do you mean to tell me?
No. Please, why would Kirakuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak in its plate? It makes no sense. Yes.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kirakuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
God, I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in this case.
When did we start? Do you remember?
An hour ago.
Okay.
We've not reached the save point yet, so
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be another save point until we finish this case, from what I see.
Yep.
What's all this about? What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that's still dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Such a fierce baby right there.
Yeah. Exploited by the police, we were. Like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witnesses. And when cast from this courtroom, I became a ruined man in a trice. A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun is set on this prostitute shop owner's existence. Be that as it may, Correcto-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your prostitute memory serves, have you ever come across this home of Wah! Yes, that's it! The very exact one that it is. The resplendent, splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day.
It can't be. As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where? Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Sandwich? Soaking? Seriously? Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it for there on purpose. Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing. we all already know.
We already know, it's obvious.
Excuse me. Could I say something?
Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Osanaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right, the secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected.
So that's why you were sent undercover, is it?
Yes. I took on a job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at the restaurant working the restaurant on a regular basis. The place is already the scene of several crimes, it seems.
I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Correcto-san's Koban is all too clear. What?
What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that sold Correcto-san's Koban and hid it under the stake?
Yes and no, sir. Because that's the only other person it could be.
Yes.
Take that!
I'm sure Correcto didn't steal from himself.
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Yes and no, sir. What? How? How dare you, you monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of the carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido is the mastermind behind all this. You would push the blame on your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. You... Ah! Clippity-clop, 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 clippity-clop. Gah! What the fuck was that?
That was your first ever breakdown.
Oh my god! They both did the salute. Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yasunosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Oh, damn. Oh, another perfect cutting point.